Yeah, good morning. Good midday, I guess. We did some interesting things there, yeah. I'll show you guys a little bit of pictures and video that I took on the trip, but we weren't there for fun, so, you know, it is what it is. DC is a cool city, but it's expensive. I mean, there's nothing to do there that's not, well, except for, you know, the monuments and stuff, that's all free. But it's expensive. Anyway, happy Friday. It is good to be back. We did get a chance to take the kids to the some of the museums and all, and well, not all the monuments, but most of them, and got to do something I've never done before. I've been to DC several times before, but the tour of the Capitol building was probably the coolest one. Now, I mean, all the monuments are cool, but. Got to go to the top of the Washington Monument for the first time ever. That's really cool. Lincoln Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, all that. Went to the Holocaust Museum too, which is pretty crazy experience. Air and Space Museum. Wanted to go to the American History Museum, but we ended up not really having much time as we thought we were going to. I mean, it took almost an entire day. We got dropped off at the Lincoln Memorial, and for anybody who's ever been to DC, you know they're all in a straight line from the Capitol building to the Washington Monument to the Lincoln Memorial, and then across the river is the Jefferson Memorial. But I don't know how far it is. But it takes about 30 minutes to walk from the Lincoln Memorial to the Washington Monument, and then about 45 minutes to walk from the Washington Monument to the Capitol building. Here, I'll go ahead and show you guys some let's turn this off here. Let me pull this up real quick. I just got some short, pictures and some short videos here. Of course, this is just me and Mrs. Peete standing in the mall. You see the Capitol building behind us there. Here's that. I don't even remember what this place is. I think it's some kind of museum, but anyway, they had like this really nice garden area out front. It's just a old, cool-looking building that stands out compared to the rest of the modern looking buildings in D.C. So we stopped and took a picture at that too. That's obviously the Washington Monument. So this is inside the Capitol building. This is the old Senate chambers that I think they stopped using this chamber because they needed a bigger space. 1850 something? I forget the exact date now. So that's what this is. It's the old, 150-year-old Senate chamber there. That's that too. Now this is inside the rotunda, the main room in the Capitol building. This is a very cool room with a lot of different statues, artwork. That ceiling there is, I forget exactly how many feet it is, but the tour guide told us you could fit the Statue of Liberty in there and still have 30 feet left over. That's how tall. That's how big that room is. Yeah, no insurrection. Yeah, that's us outside the front of the Capitol building. This is a picture I took from the top of the Washington Monument. I actually took several, but this is the coolest one. That's the White House right there. So, I don't think people realize how close the Washington Monument is to the White House. Look how small it makes the White House look. That's how, well, it's 550 feet. The top of the monument's 550 feet. It's about a 2-minute elevator ride. That's how long it takes to get up there. This is right outside of the elevator when you're waiting to go to the top of the Washington Monument. It's just a statue, a bronze statue of George Washington and a quote by him. So I took a picture of that. This is obviously the Lincoln Memorial. It's kind of hard to tell from this picture exactly how big it is, but you'll see in a second when I'm standing next to it. Oh, that is me right there, you see? These are some pictures inside of Arlington National Cemetery, which is obviously why I was there, to give my dad a send-off. And that place is unbelievable. You can actually go in there. They have tour buses that will take you through there and give you the history of everything and let you see all, it's like 650 acres around that. And it's almost all filled with gravestones. That place is really unbelievable. It's really hard to put into words. You have to see it in person. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I mean, from the time we got inside the gates to where we, where my dad was going to be put to rest, it was a 20-minute car ride. I mean, That place is giant. This is the funeral procession for my pops. That's the chapel right there. After this, we have a little service in there. We come out. They walk him all the way to where he's going to be laid to rest, and that was again it was like 20 or 25 minutes. That is just a picture of DC outside of our hotel, one of the restaurants in there. Again, you can see how terrible the traffic is there. This is a restaurant at the top of the hotel we stayed at. It rotated. So if you're sitting in there eating, you get a different your view constantly changes of the city. This is the same restaurant. This is just, in the day, daylight, right before, well, in the evening, like 5:30. This is inside the Reagan International Airport. They have a bathroom area for dogs, the pet relief area, and so we saw the sign for it, and I told my wife, I was like, I got to go in there and see what the fuck is going on with that. And so this is what it is. It's fake grass, a fire hydrant, and then a nature scene. It says, push this button to flush. Now, I don't know what happens when you push that button. I didn't push the button. But I don't know if the floor collapses or I don't know. I don't know, but I will tell you one thing. It stunk in there. It smelled like a very strong odor of dog piss. It was pretty, it was gross is what it was. I don't know why there's a picture of my feet on here. That's just how much leg room I had on the plane there, so. There you go. I took some other pictures too that I'm just not going to share on here with other family stuff. So there you have it. Did I eat any crabs? No. I did not eat any crabs. Better get a GPS to your dad's site. Well, it's only I could get there without a GPS. Once I get in the gate, I know where to go. See, the thing is, they have all these areas sectioned off, and there's like a sign like Section 68, Section 70, Section 71, so on and so forth. So as long as you know the road, because there is street signs inside the cemetery, as long as you know the section and the road that he's on, you could probably find it pretty easily. It's a grid of it's all a big grid in there. Anyway, there you go. Shane says in 2012 he happened to be in DC for a pharmacy leadership conference. What is that? I happened to visit Arlington on my last day there just by chance. The 2012 Olympic men's basketball team came to exchange the wreath. Yeah, that was from my Feet Finder account. That's right. We did get lucky though. The weather was awesome the whole time we were there. So we got to walk around all the city. It wasn't freezing cold. It was cool. It was in the 50s. It was chilly at night, but no rain. It was sunny every day we were there. So we got lucky on that front. Right now it's like going to be almost 80 degrees today here. It's going to be hot. Anyway, did I miss anything? I feel like every time I get, somebody asked how long was I gone. I was gone for 5 days. I was gone from Saturday I got back Wednesday evening. I actually did a live show on my main channel, call-in show, right when I got back. But I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm gone for 4 or 5 days at a time, I feel like I'm missing something. Good morning.
Morning, Pete. How you doing?
Tired.
I'm as dandy as a flower, buddy.
That's great.
Well, family I farmer work for just got their new sprayer in this morning, actually. So I can't complain.
You got a new sprayer. What are you spraying?
Spraying crops, corn, beans, wheat, the whole 9 yards.
Spraying that JFK is going to shut that down. He's not going to let you spray that wheat anymore.
Or you mean RFK?
Yeah, RFK. What did I say? JFK? Yeah. The other one. The other Kennedy.
Robert F. Kennedy? I know. We heard about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Caden, all of a sudden you make a whole lot more sense now.
And what's that, Slim Shady? I'm just curious.
The fact that you're out there spraying pesticides, it explains a lot.
Well, my skin feels a lot better.
Your skin feels better. Why? You like chemicals on your skin?
No, you're not supposed to bathe in the shit, bro.
I don't bathe in this shit. It's just we have a little pull type sprayer we pull behind one of my buddy's grandpa's tractors. Just spray the end rows. Oh man, when you feel that mist coming on your back, oh man, it feels good.
Wow.
That's fucking terrible.
Good.
It's not good, dude.
Like, take this from somebody that's been in the hazmat field for the better part of 20 years. That's not good.
Well, I mean, my skin looks like it's brand new. It got all my dead skin off my back.
Oh my God, that's not good.
Yeah, it's called a chemical burn, Sunshine.
Yeah.
On my body.
Yeah, it's chemical burn.
I got new fresh skin, and it's so nice.
I bet you're like radioactive.
You glow in the dark, Hayden.
I'm not radioactive. It just when you feel that mist coming on your back, oh, does it feel good?
That's a weird thing to say, man.
It really is.
Well, you're talking to a guy who's a farm kid who used to play football and still watches college football. But it feels good.
You used to watch college football, and that also checks out.
Do you do you wear some sort of do you wear something so you're not breathing that stuff in?
No, just glasses, but that's it.
Just glasses, that's it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want your eyes to get injured.
Yeah.
If it's nice and sunny outside, I gotta wear some glasses, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why not get that chemical peel on your eyeballs as well? That way they're nice and smooth.
I ain't gonna do that. That's gonna burn my eyes.
Okay.
So you're worried about the radiation from the sun, but not the chemical decomposition of your back.
Well, you see, I had a bunch of dead skin left on my back, and
what, from the last chemical burn?
I mean, do you not scrub your back when you take a shower, dude?
Yeah.
I do take a shower, and I do scrub.
I didn't say you didn't take a shower, but from the sounds of it, you don't scrub your back.
I do scrub my back, Slim, but it just feels good. It just helps keeps that dead skin off your back.
Why do you have so much dead skin on your back? That's weird too.
And why do you think this targets only dead skin? Like, I could rinse myself in bleach and it will kill all my skin.
It's just from something, because I had a bunch of burn, and it peeled off a whole bunch of my old skin.
Yeah, it burned it. It burned your skin off.
No, so I went down to Florida, I went to what's that place called? Palm Beach, Florida, on vacation one time, and it was like 100 degrees out, and I swear to you, like a bunch of my skin like just peeled off my back.
Oh, you had a sunburn.
Yeah, it's called a fucking sunburn, dude.
Well, and I wasn't working that week, and I just I went home. I went back in the little house we rented, took a shower, and I scrubbed my back, and I'll tell you what, all that dead skin came off.
Yeah, your skin was peeling because of the sunburn. So instead of like most normal people would just put aloe on their back, instead you use industrial grade farm chemicals to get the skin off your back.
At least I got a nice shine in my back.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I think you did the right thing.
Yeah.
And listen, at least your buddy down here agrees with me.
Yeah, dude, you should do that more.
Yeah, well, he also, our buddy down there also has a poster of Cenk Uygur above his bed, so I don't exactly take life advice from this fellow.
You're obsessed with me and Cenk Uygur as he is this pesticide.
Cenk Uygur.
Cenk,
what's your name, buddy? I forgot to ask.
That's Rec Talk. You met him the other night.
Oh, yeah, Red Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to buy your movie rights, and now the more I listen to you, the more the thing makes sense.
It makes sense, you mean, Red Talk?
Well, yeah, the
that's what he
snuff
said.
film and basically, emoliating yourself with chemicals.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me now.
Well, I'm glad you finally figured it out, Red Talk. Give me
I
credit.
figured you out.
We all
You
just
can
learned it.
trigger me, but you'll never figure me out.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing, Rag Talk. I told Pete this about maybe. Well, I was gone for a couple months. I went on a trip. I don't know if you know, but I was on a trip in Europe actually.
Yeah, where he pretended to have a girlfriend who was a model.
You went all the way to Europe to meet a girl on Instagram, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I also went to visit a bunch of soccer clubs with a buddy of mine who plays soccer. So we toured a bunch of the facilities. We went into the locker rooms, toured through the facilities, and it was awesome. I've never seen so much gear in my entire life. And I've seen some of those pictures. Incredible moments.
Are you on break right now or something? You said you're working.
Yeah, I was driving, but, I just figured I'd pop on by and say what's up to Rag Talk.
You even know who I was.
Yeah, he came by to say hi to you. You weren't even on here yet.
Who is that? Oh, that's the guy I came to say hi to.
It's Caden the Man. The same guy who called PigskinPeete multiple times the biggest purple and orange colored idiot on God's green earth.
There's bigger idiots. They're just not those colors.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's not get started. John from Always Irish is another idiot. And that's PigskinPete's buddy.
Look down in the bayou.
Why is he an idiot?
Oh, I don't know, because his team lost to Ohio State when they should have won. But unfortunately, Riley Leonard screwed it up, and Marcus Freeman can't win against his own alma mater that he came from. Like, what the heck, man?
Well, you do realize that Ohio State was favored.
But Notre Dame was talking a lot of smack previously, so you know what? It was good that we paid him back with giving them a huge L in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. Got you. So Always Irish is an idiot because his team lost a football game. I got you.
But also, they have not beaten Ohio State in 3 decades.
Caden, I'm not sure if you're really allowed to talk shit because you literally came on this show after that loss to Oregon and gave up on Ohio State and became a Georgia fan.
Yeah, that's true.
Kick this fucker off here.
Yeah. Yeah, later. Thank you. Get back to work.
Became a Georgia fan.
Yeah. That's what he said.
It's the grossest. That disturbs me more than the chemical burns.
Seriously, though, he's going to have some major problems when he gets older.
That dude makes me miss balling with AC.
I don't even know if he knows what he's spraying.
I watched his YouTube channel. Did not look like I thought he would look.
That's what everybody says,
No.
yeah.
That definitely was a surprise.
It was a surprise, sure, but welcome one.
What's going on, Vic?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Speaking of Georgia mans,
Yep. Yeah, here's the Georgia man. Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly 7 days till we well, actually, exactly a week from now we'll be on the ship. I'll be boarding because I board between 11 and 11:30.
Yeah, we got.
I got to set that up.
Yeah, we got our boarding time from 12 to 12:30.
Yeah. So the first boarding time I think is between. It's either I think it's between 10 and 11 or something. That when I went on Wednesday, or no Thursday rather, yesterday. I went on yesterday morning and booked it, and it was that first time slot was gone. So the earliest one, I don't know if it's still there now, but you probably want to do that today, Slim. Otherwise, you might get pushed off to the last boarding time.
We were originally going to do 1:30 to 2, but we were able to get it changed to 12 to 12:30. So.
Yeah, because
I just get me a power scooter like Vic and raise hell. I bet you they'll let me on first.
Maybe. But we check out of the hotel. I think you have to check out by 11, unless you can get late checkout. So then you'll just be kind of standing around if you don't get one of those earlier times.
Well, I mean, I'm already going to be doing that when we come back, because the only downside of this is my return flight back to Memphis is at like 3:00. So I'm going to be killing some time at the airport.
I didn't know you had to do this. Like, I thought it was just like a flight where they just tell you what your boarding is.
No, because there's like 10,000 people on the ship or something. There's a lot of people, so they don't want everybody showing up at the same time, and standing in line for 4 hours. So, because I mean, it's like the airport kind of. You've got to go through customs, security and all that shit. So, it's not,
dude.
Yeah.
All right. I got to do that. Have you looked up the extra shit? I looked up some massages for just, maybe I want to do that, but they're like $250. I don't even think that it ends the way you want it to.
Yeah, $250, no happy ending.
That's horseshit, dude.
Yeah.
It really is. Because one with a happy ending, that don't even cost you that much.
I don't even know if it came with a happy ending if I'd pay $250. That's a lot of money. You
could go get your feet scrubbed or whatever. Like, what do they call that? A pedicure?
No, I'm good.
Pedicure, yeah.
Get a feet massage.
Like $80.
I think calluses on your feet are a good thing. Toughens them up.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah.
I'm sure the ladies might go do something like that. I don't know. They got like hot rock treatments, and you can get your face exfoliated or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you can have them poke you with needles and put little suction cups on your back.
Yeah. What's that called? Acupuncture. Yeah.
Yeah, all that horse shit that doesn't do anything.
Horse shit.
So
I'm jaded today. Fuck it.
But all you have to do is just go.
Any other day.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if you downloaded the app. So when I did it, I went on the app, but it just redirected me to the main website anyway. So I don't even know I don't think you can check in on the app. Maybe you can, but it didn't.
I talked to C-Dog about that. Like, the app is completely useless.
Yeah, it's not very good.
If you try to check in on the app, then it just directs you to their website.
Yeah.
For anything that you would want to do, it directs you to the website.
Then once you get to the website, there's a tab at the top. Once you log into your account, it says manage your trip or something like that. And then you hit the drop down box. It should say check in, and then it'll just prompt you to go through all the things and let you pick your boarding time. And
Well, shit, I thought that was when you got there.
no, you got to do that.
Check-in to me is like I'm fucking here.
No.
Well, I know I got to do the same thing for flying Southwest, don't I, Pete?
Yeah, well, yeah. The only difference with the plane is it's you can't check in until 24 hours before your flight. So what they'll do is they'll send you an email exactly 24 hours before your flight time, and you just go on there, check in, tell them how many bags you're going to be checking, and all that shit. It takes like 2 seconds, and then you can download the digital boarding pass. Well, you can do it either way. You can go to the airport and get a paper boarding pass at one of the little kiosks if you want, or you can just get the boarding pass and download it on your phone.
Yeah, I'm going to get there just because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm actually going to get there like an hour and a half early.
I go too. I don't know what you're flying out of Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the Memphis airport's like, but most airports
It's not huge.
Okay.
Get to Atlanta, you need to get there 3 hours early.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. An hour and a half.
Hour and a half is probably okay for Memphis, but yeah, if it's Atlanta or one of those, Dallas or something like, yeah, you want to get there probably at least 2 hours early, just because you never know how long the security line's going to be. That's the problem.
Yeah, I would say at least 3, but for Atlanta.
Well, and I've thought about this. I'm sure I'm going to ask myself this question when I get there. But, and I'm sure I'm going to ask myself this question on the flight, like, because I'm sure it's probably going to be full up. But how many motherfuckers are flying from Memphis to Orlando on a random Thursday?
Yeah. I don't know.
No, man.
Maybe you'll get lucky and it won't be full.
Maybe.
Yeah. A lot less now since your buddies fired all the air traffic control people.
My buddy didn't fire anybody.
Plane crash.
Well, you didn't fire all of them, but some of them.
Like fucking half of them. Gone.
Well,
While plane crashes happen all the time.
Not this many, man.
Plane crashes involving like small aircraft, yeah, they happen all the time. I mean, if you look at the data from.
Don't fucking talk to me about the data, Vic.
yeah, fuck the data.
Yeah, facts don't matter to fucking liberals, okay?
Crashes involving small planes happen all the time.
Oh, remember the I told you I was going to ask my brother about that Delta crash where the plane flipped over.
Yeah.
So he told me, he said what they train these guys to do is, it was in Toronto. There was snow and ice on the runway. So if there's a thin layer of ice, you don't want to come down and have the plane slide on the ice. So you're supposed to give it a hard landing to kind of, smash through the ice so the wheels have grip. And he said he just hit the ground too hard. He said he probably wasn't a very experienced pilot.
She hit the ground too hard.
Whoever it was.
What a sexist, dude. Why would you assume it's a male pilot?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
I don't know.
2025.
Yeah, I mean that's like saying, why would you assume that it's a male bricklayer? Because most of them are fucking males. That's why.
Yeah, I wonder what the percentage is. I bet you probably 80% of probably 80% of the commercial pilots are probably male. Maybe more than that.
It's because they're supposed to crash hard or break through the ice, so it's not because a woman was flying.
Yeah.
This is tough for me because I am liberal, but I also like misogyny, and so I kind of have to pick my battles.
You're a rare guy. Yeah, a liberal misogynist.
Yeah.
Which is well, you know what? Uncle Lou is too. So.
Oh Jesus. Oh no, I like Lou, but yeah, I mean, I got in this argument with my ex-wife because I was like, no, men are smarter, like they are, and I was like, if it weren't the case, then why is chess, what is not a physical sport? There's women grandmasters and men grandmasters. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But you said there's women grandmasters too.
And they are not competitive with the men. They get drugged.
Yeah.
At the highest level.
Wasn't that Russian chick? Wasn't she like the best chess player ever? That woman. Well, she wasn't even a woman. She was like 16 years old. That was a real thing.
She hot.
That Indian guy, but yeah. Well, there was an Indian guy who became like the youngest world chess champion, but yeah.
Well, right now it's a Chinese dude.
Yeah, well, John McEnroe agrees with Rex, so conversation closed.
Yeah.
I'm glad a fucking Yankee lefty agrees with me.
But I'll tell you what, Mrs. Peete can hardly park a car. I wouldn't trust her to park a plane. So.
Well, they don't park. They land.
She lets you say that?
Well, it's true. She knows she can't drive.
Planes don't park, they land.
Well,
no, but you have to park it after you land it.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to pull it up to the gate.
You don't just leave it on the fucking runway.
I will never. Anybody, if you have a choice, sometimes you don't have a choice what airline you fly because it's just wherever you're going. That's the only flight that goes there. But if you can help it, do not use American Airlines. They are terrible.
Terrible.
That's what we flew to D.C. and back, and it was nothing but a problem.
For American Airlines.
Who?
My uncle did. Well, I say he worked for American. He worked for Wisconsin Air that was owned by American.
Okay. Well, they might have been better when he was there. Maybe that's why they went downhill. He retired.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, hey, his commercial flying record between cargo and passenger, he never wrecked a plane, so his safety record is pretty good.
They literally don't even know what their own flights are. So we were supposed to fly out Saturday at our flight was at 5:15 p.m. Well, we're about to walk out the door at around 3 o'clock because we want to get to the airport a couple hours early. I just happened to check my email and got an email from American Airlines said your flight's been canceled. That's all it says. It said your flight's been canceled. Stand by. We'll send you information on your new flight. It didn't say whether it was going to be that day, the next day. It didn't say anything. So
well, that's useful.
So I'm like, well, shit, I have to call them because I'm not just going to sit around and wait. So we called them and they go, oh yeah, we got you on another flight. It's, at 7:30 or whatever. And they're like, okay, fine, great. So we go to the airport, we go to check our bags and he's like, where are you headed? To Washington, D.C. He goes, no, there is no D.C. flight. He said all the D.C., there's 3 D.C. flights today. They all got canceled. I said, I just got off the phone with y'all a couple hours ago. You told me you had me on another flight at 7:30. He goes, there is no 7:30 flight. I said, well, so then he goes, hold on, let me go get my manager. Because I said, dude, I've already digitally checked in for this flight on my phone, and now you're telling me it doesn't exist. And so he goes back there for 5 minutes, comes back out and goes, oh yeah, you're right, there is another flight at 7:30. I'm like,
oh Jesus Christ.
You don't even know what your own flights are, bro.
Were you nervous to get on the
Well,
plane?
I mean, just because you talk to the new guy and he doesn't know what the fuck's going on doesn't mean America's bad.
Well, but then it's just everything about it. I don't know. It was then the flight was even the 7:30 flight wasn't on time. It was delayed. Then on the way back, our flight got delayed 2 hours, and then it told us. And DC Reagan's a pretty big airport, and so you have to take a tram. It's a lot. It's a lot to get to where your gate is because there's so many of them. We go to our gate. And then 30 minutes before our flight's supposed to take off, I go to, they have the board that tells you what, your flight's on time and this and that. It's, they changed the gate to the other side of the airport for no reason.
I think they were just messing with you.
I don't know.
How does this keep happening to you? It's like you went to Nashville, they fucked your shit up, and then this flight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would call them and be like, did Uncle Lou set this shit up to troll me?
It'd be hilarious. Uncle Lou just spends all of his free time fucking with Pete.
Yeah, I wonder if he does that with Celine too.
Yeah, he calls the postal service there in Sarasota just to get them to fuck with Celine.
But every time I've flown Southwest, it's never been a problem. It's always on time. I'm not saying there's not flight delays in Southwest. Obviously, weather and shit like that happens, but there's never been an issue. Same with Delta.
Well, I'm flying Southwest.
Yeah.
My choices for a direct flight from Memphis to Orlando was Southwest and Spirit.
Yeah, take Southwest.
Yeah, Spirit.
And I mean, listen, the in-flight entertainment might have been worth it for Spirit, but I chose against it.
All right, what's the in-flight entertainment?
Dude, from everything I've heard, flying Spirit is like going to a Waffle House in North Memphis at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Wow. You know those videos that everybody posts online all the time about people freaking out on the plane and fighting, and that's always like almost always Spirit Airlines.
Was that not real guy? Was that on Spirit too?
No, that was on United.
Oh,
that was United. Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff on United.
What was the flight where the lady said, "You're not even real," and kept wigging out?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That was United. Yeah.
That motherfucker is not real.
I'm thinking of hiding just like random shit in my luggage to fuck with TSA a little bit.
I wouldn't do that.
Nothing illegal, but I just feel like having fun with them.
Well, you don't want them going through your shit, do you? I wouldn't.
I'm gonna sit there and watch them.
No, when you. Oh, you're talking about the bag, your carry-on bag, or the bag you're checking? Because once you check your bag at the front thing, you don't see it again until you land.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I'm talking about carry-on.
Oh, okay. The other good thing about Southwest, the great thing actually, is you don't have to pay anything extra for checking. I mean, every other airline charges you to check baggage, and it's not cheap either. It's like the first bag's $35, the second one's $40, so 2 bags is like $75.
Yeah, two check bags for free.
And that's each way. Yeah, in Southwest, you can check 2 bags for free, and you can have a carry-on and a personal item. So, I mean, that's 4 bags. Oh. Yeah, he's off the no-fly list. Well, I guess we'll find out if he really is or not when he gets to the airport.
I'm off the no-fly list.
That's another reason you might want to get there a little bit early, just in case you have a problem with that. But then I don't think would they even let you buy a plane ticket if you're on the list? I don't think they would.
I mean, absolutely they'll take your money.
Oh.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, they don't run a fucking background check on you before you get on a flight.
Yeah.
I always wondered how that worked anyway, like, because they don't. I mean, how do you know somebody's on the no-fly list? They don't run a background check on you before you buy a fucking airline ticket.
I would just imagine your name gets put into some database and it would catch it. I don't know. I have no idea how that works. But
that would be my best guess too. Because when I found out, I was under 18.
Although even if you did get yourself taken off of it, they still might have your name in the system as somebody who used to be on it, so they still might fuck with you a little bit at TSA. They like messing with people at TSA because they got nothing else better to do. You know what I mean?
Well, I like messing with people too, so that's a two-way street.
Yeah, well, you won't win that battle. Trust me. Yeah.
Oh, I bought a shirt just for this flight.
Oh, was it say it's not gay if it's TSA?
Yeah, exactly. With the stick figures on it. Yeah, one of them's on her knees. Oh, yeah.
When we were going through security, you know, anytime you go to especially at the Capitol building, the security there was pretty rigorous, you know, kind of like the airport. You had to take your shoes off and all that kind of shit. Anyway, my niece didn't realize she forgot she had pepper spray in her purse. So they pulled her to the side and they're like, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to bring pepper spray into the Capitol building?" She's like, "Oh my God, I forgot that was in there." And she had deodorant in there. They threw her deodorant away. I was like, "What? Why?
What do they think it is? Fucking C4?"
That's what I said. I think it might have been spray deodorant, and you're not allowed to have aerosol because you can start a fire. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Jesus, I guess I don't ever need to go to D.C. then. I would like to go, but I mean, it's just one of those things like, no. Because if I go to D.C., I'm going to drive, so I'm going to have a gun.
Right, just don't try to bring deodorant into the staff.
Yeah, you can't have a gun in D.C. No.
Deodorant or pepper spray.
That's a big no-no there. Shit, when we went to the Washington Monument, the lady told us, she's like, these are all the items that are prohibited. One of them was a vape, an electronic cigarette. And so she made me throw it away. I couldn't go in.
These people are so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Man. I swear to God.
She said it's the second highest security level other than the White House is the Washington Monument. I'm like, they wouldn't even let us take water up there. You had to throw our water bottles out too.
Shit.
Yeah. Have you ever?
I just need to stay the fuck out of DC, like California.
Have you ever been there, Vic?
What, to DC? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Did you go inside the Capitol building?
I went in the Capitol building, and we went in the Washington Monument. I saw the Lincoln Monument. Yeah, all that. All that stuff.
Yeah. We did. Did you get to see? Congress was in session when we were in there, but they wouldn't let us in there. Well, apparently there's different tours. The one we took, they didn't let us go and see what was going on in Congress that day. They were voting on something. But he said, if you really want to go in there, he's like, there's a building across the street where your representatives are. You know, your representatives' offices are over there. You have to go in there, tell them what state you're from, and your representative has to give you a special pass to go into the chambers.
See, that to me, that's complete horseshit.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to go in there and call them all a bunch of dumbasses if I feel like it.
Yeah. So we were able to go in while they were in session because my sister was working for a member of Congress.
So you had the family connection going on there
to get us.
Yeah. So Now, I think I could be wrong about this. I'm pretty sure before 9/11, anybody could just walk in there at any time. But I don't know if that. After that, I think they made it more strict.
To me, that's bullshit. You should be able to go in there and see what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
If you just felt so inclined, you should be able to go sit in the gallery and watch what the fuck Congress is doing every fucking day. If you just had fuck you money like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's supposed to be the people's. You know, that building's for the people.
Exactly. That's my building. Goddammit.
Right, but I'm bad people, ruin it for good people. So
I wanted to go in there and get a good.
You hear that all the time, and seriously, every time. So I'm not picking on you, but every time somebody says that, I got to. What are we in fucking kindergarten? Like, that's how they do shit in kindergarten.
Yeah.
I just say that they're talking about you, Slim.
Yeah, but no. Well, see, we had something here, some dumbass high school kids with their face buried in their phone, not paying attention, almost got hit a couple of times. So now, instead of letting the little bastard get run over so they can learn a lesson, or maybe tell their parents, teach your fucking kids to look both ways before you cross the street, they just block off the whole fucking street during school day.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to go in Congress to see an up-close look at AOC's boobs, but I didn't get to see that.
She is hot.
Oh, yeah.
They did have, the security.
Taylor Green ain't too hard to look at either.
Come on, dude.
She ain't hard to look at. That bitch might be nuttier than a fruitcake, but she ain't hard to look at.
She looks like a Komodo dragon, dude.
She looks a little masculine to me.
Yeah, she's gross.
Listen, I have no problems admitting this. I've done way worse than her.
Well, we all have, but that don't mean I'm going to come on this show and say, yeah, I'd fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That's not a very high bar there, Slim.
Listen, I've done way worse than her sober.
You need to stop admitting to stuff that you're not under oath for.
Hey, listen, I ain't got to be under oath. I don't give enough of a fuck to lie to you about it.
Do you really think that she's attractive, dude?
No, I'm just saying I've done worse. I've said she's not hard to look at. Like, I mean, you've got pretty slim pickings in fucking Congress, okay?
That is definitely true, yeah. Yeah, most of them look like Nancy Pelosi.
Exactly.
Actually, have you seen when she was like in her 20s? She was kind of hot. Nancy Pelosi.
I haven't seen pictures of her when she was in her 20s, no.
Yeah. She wasn't bad.
When she was best friends with Martha Washington?
I don't know. I mean, now she's a dinosaur, so, but, you know. Yeah, Tulsi I think is attractive, too.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard's very attractive. But, I mean, he used an example of a fucking loon bag on one side. I don't think Tulsi Gabbard's a loon bag. So that's kind of the example I was going for. And let's be honest, if you're talking about right-wing loon bags, the best you got's fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene.
What about Boebert?
Oh, Lauren Boebert. Look, I've seen pictures of her in a two-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that who we looked up on the Midday show one day for research purposes?
I think, was it her or was it Tulsi?
No, it might have been both of them.
Right.
Y'all been scouting out senators?
Yeah, y'all had me look her up on one of my shows.
Isn't she the one that gave some guy a hand job in a movie theater? Not long. I'm right about that, aren't I? She went on a date with somebody, and somebody recognized her inside the movie theater and like started recording her, and she was giving the guy a handy.
Oh,
I mean, okay. I mean, she's far from the only person to get it on in movie theaters. I'm not mad at her.
good old fashioned.
I mean, she probably gives roadhead too.
In a movie theater, though, like, was it just a regular movie theater?
Yeah, like a regular movie theater.
Yeah, we're not talking a Pee Wee Herman movie theater here.
Right. I'm just saying it's a bit forward.
Yeah, it was their first date too, so we know she puts out on the first date.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know that was their first date. I heard the story, but I didn't know it was their first date.
I'm pretty sure it was their first and last date.
I'm just saying I'd be like, let's just leave the movie theater. Fuck this.
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know that I want that in a movie theater. That's just not the place.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm trying to
Watch this movie.
trying to watch this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Gross. That's kind of gross.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, look at High and Mighty Rec Talk.
it's
here.
not. I mean,
Don't know
movie
such
theaters
things.
aren't exactly the most sanitary places to begin with. You know, and now you're
That's her problem, not yours.
well.
It's y'all's problem when she's jerking you off, though, in the movie theater.
Yeah, and then the poor next person has to come sit in that seat where that guy just jizzed everywhere.
Or if you're sitting by him, hey, man, you're hitting my elbow. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could stick her hand in the popcorn. Yeah.
What would you do if you were at a movie theater, Pete, and then you turn around and Tulsi Gabbard's jerking some dude off next to you?
I mean, I would be kind of upset about it.
Yeah.
It'd be like, hey, lady, you got two hands.
No, god damn.
You're gonna have her row the boat on you? Damn.
They were at a play, not a movie. Still, that might be worse.
Oh, is Ford Theater still standing? Please tell me it was at Ford Theater.
Yeah, Ford Theater's still there.
That the actors on stage can see you. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, they're getting a show while they're at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ford Theater is still. We actually wanted to go in there, but we just didn't have time.
Oh yeah, we went to the Ford Theater.
You did.
Yeah.
So you saw like the exact spot where he got killed. Yeah.
Are the bloodstains still there?
No.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Too bad. Okay.
I was like, whoever, like some dude bought the car Tupac was killed in, and they had taken Bondo to all the bullet holes. I'm like, well, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd want that car. Why would you want that?
You
I
want
don't
a car?
know.
That's weird.
I mean, people bought OJ's Bronco too.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
weird.
bought that.
I don't get all
Of
that.
course.
I remember it was like 15 or 20 years ago. David Koresh's classic Mustang was for sale for like $500,000. Somebody bought it.
Okay.
Like, I want to drive around in David Koresh's fucking car. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and Joe Burrow bought the Batmobile.
Oh yeah, the
I mean, wait a
Batmobile.
minute. You've never bought a used car before? You don't know what those fucks did in it. So what's the difference?
Well, he hasn't
But these
paid
people do, and they're paying premium for it.
$1. Yeah, but he hasn't paid $1 million for a used car, though.
Yeah.
$500,000.
Right. Well, still.
Now the Batmobile I would buy if I had the money. That's just cool, and it's just a movie prop. So,
Which one did he buy?
that's a good question. Yeah,
Because isn't there like 6?
yeah. There's a bunch of different ones. I think he bought the one from
With the
the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Joe
okay.
Burrow. Batman car.
The one that the motorcycle comes out of?
Here.
Oh, same car. That,
Yeah, it's the one from Dark Knight.
yeah,
Here it is right here.
the one that.
The one with the.
It better have a motorcycle come out of it. I know that.
That's a cool looking car.
The Bat Cycle.
I bet you it drives like shit though. Like, it's not practical at all. Hey. Like,
Well, it's not supposed to be. It's Batman.
yeah. I think fire does come out of the back of it. He paid $3 million for that shit.
Jesus.
Damn.
Like, I would buy the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh, the original one? Yeah. Yeah, with the flux capacitor and the whole deal inside? Yeah.
No, I would put a real fucking engine in the damn thing that way, because like that was my only problem with the movie is because it legitimately probably takes about 5 minutes for that thing to get up to 88 miles an hour.
Yeah. You need like a whole like runway for a plane to get that thing up to 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this fucking big ass stainless steel body car with a fucking puny ass V6 in it. Like,
Okay.
obviously the dude was on cocaine.
Yeah, what kind of gas? Yeah, I guess it just takes regular unleaded gas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Talk about
except for,
the Batmobile.
yeah, when the DeLorean.
I actually would assume that it was a diesel. I would assume, but who knows?
When the DeLorean got its upgrade in 2015, it now runs on garbage. You can just put trash
Oh yeah, like in the movie.
in it.
Yeah, like garbage and banana peels.
If I bought it and that hover conversion didn't work, I'd be fucking pissed.
Well, what's the dumbest thing you've spent money on, Pete?
Oh God, that's a great question.
So we're getting on to Joe Burrow, but I know we've all probably spent a lot of money on something where, like, yeah, people would think is dumb.
You know what? I don't think I've ever really bought anything that dumb that was well, at least not that was expensive. I don't
I bought a
know.
bunch of cheap dumb shit.
Yeah, I guess some people would consider guns to be dumb, but I like them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's not really dumb, though.
Well, depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I knew me and Sea Dog were going to be good friends. It's along these lines. I asked him this question, and then he scrolled down to the first thing he ever bought on Amazon, and it was a Guy Fieri hat with like the bowling shirt with it.
That's pretty dumb.
And like showed me the purchase, and I was like, "Yep, I'm down for that kind of shit."
Yeah. Well, I mean, every costume or outfit or whatever for the Slav Olympics has been dumb.
Oh yeah, all the shit I've spent on YouTube to do different. I mean, I bought probably $100 worth of makeup and shit for that Joker video.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking dumb.
Oh, yeah, Connor Stallions. Yeah, gambling. That's the dumbest thing I spent money
There
on.
you go.
There you go. Now, that's actually true. But, you know, that's, if you're talking about going to a casino gambling, that's, you know, it's, you're paying for entertainment. It's no different than going and paying, dropping a couple $100 on a football game ticket, you know. So.
Yeah, for most people.
Yeah, I mean, well, all you have to do is walk into a casino and throw a rock, and you'll see somebody who's, you know, in a bad way.
The rent money.
In a bad way, you know. These people have all these rituals and stuff. Yeah, it's really weird.
They get pissed off at you if you're standing in the wrong spot.
Yeah, we were playing craps one time at Cherokee, and this guy had this whole like fucking 30-second ritual he had to do every time before he rolled the dice, and we're like, come on, dude. Like, that's not going to make a difference in whether or not you fucking win. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to lose. It's going to,
yeah.
That's what it is.
Like, I'm really starting to wonder now, because it's becoming a habit, if Hufferbilly Paul is legitimately just trolling Lou at the blackjack tables.
That would be funny if that was true, but unfortunately it's not. Yeah.
Oh, does he not play correctly or something?
Yeah. I mean, the whole splitting tens thing, and the thing is,
when he takes Lou's card and Lou gets mad.
If you're, and this is where Lou is right about this. If you're playing blackjack, because that's one of the only games, it might be the only game, that what you do affects everybody else.
True.
So if you got guys that are, you know, have $100 on one hand of blackjack, and some, you know, guy splits tens and fucks up the whole deck, and you lose, yeah, I get mad about it too. That's when you just need to go to like the fucking $10, $15 minimum table where people who don't know how to play are playing.
Yeah.
And you can't get mad at them for that, because, you know. But,
hey, listen, I'll split anything sometimes, depending on the mood I'm in.
But yeah, I've never sat down at a table. I've played some slots. Well, I did it once. The only bet I've placed other than the one with Slim, I pulled the slot machine and it was like, fuck you, you lose. And I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to do this anymore.
I mean, I have, at Tunica, I've legitimately split tens and got blackjack on both hands.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Now, the odds of that kind of shit are astronomical, but hey, it happened. So, fuck you if you get mad at me for splitting tens. I got double blackjack. Kiss my ass.
Now, what is splitting tens mean?
Well, you can split a hand. So if you split, that means you're playing two separate hands. So if you get two tens, that's 20. The only thing that can beat that's 21. There's no reason to split it. I mean, that's pretty basic stuff there. So, but if you do split it, then you get dealt two more cards, one for each one of those tens. And you could technically win both of those hands or lose both of them. But if you just would have stayed on 20, you had a 90% chance of winning anyway, so why even do that? And it fucks up the deck.
Yeah.
Like if you split...
Now, granted, to be fair, there was only like two of us on the table at all when I did that.
Now, to be fair, I've made some dumb moves in blackjack. I don't play as much as Lou. I mean, I know the basic rules, but, you know, when you're sitting there playing, especially if you're inebriated drunk like I am half the time, then you're bound to make a couple of mistakes here and there. So I don't really play blackjack for that reason. It's not because, I mean, I like playing it, but I don't want to be the reason somebody else loses. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna hit 17. Yeah.
It's okay to hit on 17. You got to... That's not that big of a deal. I mean,
a 5.
Well, if the dealer's showing an 8, you're going to hit on 17 because you're going to assume they have a face card and get 18, so you need more than 18 to win.
Yeah.
Oh. Lou says he's never playing blackjack with you, Slim.
For splitting tents.
Like I said, I did it one time, and it was just literally just me and my buddy were the only two left on the table. And I want to say we were getting ready to go at that point anyway. So we were just kind of like, fuck, we were being silly and we were just kind of like, fuck it.
No, I stand corrected. See, this is why I don't play. He says never hit on 17. That's even worse than splitting 10s. I guess maybe I'm thinking about 16. Some people will hit on 16, some people won't. But that's a personal decision.
Another thing not to do, don't split 10s, don't hit a 17. Yeah.
Isn't there a little cheat card they give you can just take to the table?
Yeah, they have a little card.
Yeah, a little basic strategy.
Well, on top of that, if you're unsure about it, you can just ask the dealer, what am I supposed to do here? And they'll tell you. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just say, hey, what do I do?
Yeah, they'll tell you. They want you to win because they want you to tip them.
Exactly.
That's how they make most of their money, I think. I don't know. I've never asked a dealer, like, how much money do they pay you? That's rude. But I don't know. I think most of their money comes off of tips.
Yeah, I won $75 playing blackjack in Atlantic City. Well, I lost on the first hands. That put me down 25, and then I won 4 in a row. So I guess it was a net gain.
Do you remember that video that Vic posted on his? I think it was on his channel. He was at a slot machine and he goes, "Look, I won $25 or whatever it was," and we're like, "Well, the ticket that he printed out was $25." We go, "Well, yeah, but Vic, how much money did you put in the machine?" He's like, "Well, 20." So we know, no, you won $5, not $25.
But $5, right? So
Yeah, you have to subtract your initial investment from that, sir.
So I did not win $100 on blackjack. I won $75.
Yeah.
Yeah. After winning four.
I gotta remember at some point.
Go ahead, Rec.
What's your biggest win?
Vegas not this last trip, but the year before. $1,850 on a slot machine.
So the slot was your big win. That's interesting.
Well, I guess technically I won $1,700 because I put $100 in, cashed out $1,850. Yep.
And then I did a roulette. Yeah. I put $25 on red, and I won, and I won 50.
I've had several $500 and $600 wins on the roulette table because if you put $25 chip down on any one number, it's like, what does that pay out? Like $550, $600, something around there. It's 35 to 1.
So I guess that a 25, but yeah. I put 25 in and I get 50 out. That means I really won 5.
The smart thing to do if you get way up on any table game is to walk away. The longer you sit there, the more likely you're going to lose it. But most gamblers don't have the initiative to actually do that, including me. So.
Do they have this on the cruise?
Yeah.
There's a casino on the cruise.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, yeah, you can gamble, but
have to be in international waters before they open.
I mean, it's not huge. There's I remember the one I was on before, maybe 20 tables worth of games.
I don't even think there's that many.
I don't remember how many slot machines.
There's not many. It's not a very big room. I mean, it's like the way I remember it, it's been a long time, but I think there was like one blackjack table, one roulette table, one craps table, and like, I don't know, 10 or 15 slot machines. It wasn't a lot.
Okay.
But.
And like you said, there's 10,000 people on that cruise, so I mean, it ain't easy to get in there.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I don't remember how many exactly it is, but
now it says the capacity. It's less than 10,000, I want to say, but it's still a shit ton of people.
Oh yeah.
Well, some cruise ships are bigger than others. This one we're going on is not it's not one of the biggest ones, that you can get on, but it's big enough. Jerusi says he went on a cruise 2 years ago and the casino was big. Maybe I'm just misremembering. It's been 15 years since I went on a cruise. So Carnival has 250 slot machines?
Wow.
And 10 tables. That's bigger than I thought. A lot bigger.
Wow. 250 slot machines.
I mean, still though, when you're talking about anywhere from, 7 to 9,000 people, I mean, because we've all seen it that have been in casinos anyway. You get one of them old ladies, she'll sit there from sun up to sundown.
This tells you how long ago I was on there. Now it's all digital. Like if you win on the slot machine, they print, or any game, anything that's electronic, they print you out a ticket, and you just go turn that ticket in, and they'll give you cash or whatever, or chips or whatever. But when we went, Mrs. Peete sat down on a slot machine, and it actually spit out like $45 in quarters into a bucket. As she comes out, I'm sitting on she was at the casino with one of her friends. I was sitting on the pool deck. I'm sitting there laying out. And she walks up to me and hands me a bucket full of quarters. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I was like, why didn't you walk up to the gate and like get paper money for that? She's like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, am I supposed to put $45 in quarters in my suitcase?
Yeah, five. Yeah, you are. Change.
Yeah, your room.
Go to the titty bar with it and throw quarters at them.
Yeah, they charge everything to your room on the ship. And I think that's even true in the casino. The reason I know that is because inside your room, the TV keeps, like, you log into your TV and it tells you everything you've spent since you've been on the ship. It's like itemized. And it tells you where you spent that. So, but they have different names for all the different rooms, and they're just made up names. It doesn't say casino on there. So it said like the Kaleidoscope, I think is what they called it. And so it was like a $250 charge at the Kaleidoscope. I started bitching at my wife. I'm like, I was like, what the fuck did you spend $250 on at some place called the Kaleidoscope? She goes, that was the casino. That was you, dummy. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, dummy.
If that happened, you get mad. It's, oh, shit.
I got mad at her. It was me the whole time.
Yes, that's 180 quarters.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of them. I know that. And I do suggest that you keep track of what you're spending because, well, now I didn't have the drink package, so I was just swiping that card every time I ordered a drink and not really paying attention. And so, you don't settle up until you get off the ship. They won't let you off the ship until you do settle up. But
oh shit.
Yeah, so the balance was a lot.
I didn't have to worry about that because they just had a card on file and charged me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that now. Like when I went and checked in, I had to put a card in there for whatever I charge when I'm there. But I'm not sure it was that way in 2010. I don't think they took our card until we got off, and then they swiped it. And if you weren't able to pay, I don't know if they make you go wash dishes. I don't know what they do, but they won't let you off that ship until you're paid up. Being there washing dishes on a fucking cruise ship for a week after that.
You're going to go on the next cruise working.
That wouldn't be a terrible job to work on a cruise ship, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of, I don't know the exact numbers. Lou might have looked it up. Probably at least 1,000 workers on that ship, or maybe more than that.
1,000 crew members.
And all of them, I mean,
At least.
most of them are, young people between the ages of probably 25 and 30 or so, and single. So, there's a lot of shenanigans going on there.
No, not shenanigans.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of shenanigans.
I'm always up for some antics.
And you most likely won't get anybody American either. They're from all around the world. As a matter of fact, on their name tag, it tells you what country they're from.
I remember that. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. Has anybody looked up the weather? What's the weather supposed to be like? Let me see if I can find that.
Shit, no clue. I don't know. It's probably more volatile over the ocean or harder to predict. I don't know.
I mean, is the weather, I mean, unless it's hurricane season, is the weather ever really bad in the Caribbean?
Not, usually not, but
Well, it can be brutally hot, but we're going in March, so it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, let me see here. Well, this is, so right now in the Bahamas, it's only 75 degrees. I mean, that's good, but it's not, I thought it would have been higher than that.
That's what it is here.
So what's the high today?
The high today is 75. So next Friday, it says a high of 72. Wow.
That's going to be kind of chilly.
Yeah.
The water's going to be cold.
It might be too cold to swim.
Well, we won't be there on Friday, but in the Bahamas until Saturday. So.
We'll have to get one of those skin-tight warm suits, Pete.
I don't even be that cold.
No, that's what we're going to need, man. I'm going to go get me one.
I still have that wetsuit from the Charleston Slide Olympics.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. See?
Yeah.
You already got yours. Just bring that.
I don't care. I'd rather it be 75 and sunny than 95. You know?
True. So did you sign up for anything extra? Did you do an excursion? Did you get a little back rub?
I did not.
Any of that?
No. I mean, you don't have to. You can do it when you're on the ship.
No, they probably will sell that to you, won't they?
Yeah, they'll try to. I guess you can go ahead and schedule if you want to go to the spa like you were talking about earlier. I guess you can go ahead and schedule that now, like your time and all that, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'm pretty sure you can, once you're on the ship, you can go ahead and just walk in there and make an appointment.
You think they'll haggle with me?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper to do it before. I don't know. It's a good question.
Like on the way back, just like, hey, we're gonna be there in an hour, so you just want to fucking do this for like half off?
Yeah.
I'm all for trying to Jew them down.
I was talking with Traveling Fools because we kind of, most of us had like a consensus that we wanted to just kind of hang out find somewhere on the beach that has drinks and stuff to do where we can just hang out and swim and lay out and whatever, eat. But there's a public beach right next to the ship that I think is only like a 5 or 10 minute walk once you get off the ship to get there. But there's also, you can get into a cab. There's other like more private beaches where your view is not just the cruise ship. You get the actual view of the Caribbean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that might be an option too, is to go to another beach other than the main one.
I mean, that sounds better, right? I mean, also, I don't know how crowded it's going to be.
Yeah, that's the other thing. How crowded it's going to be. I think probably the best thing to do is ask one of the locals when we get off the ship, like, hey, where's another beach that's cool where it's not this? And get their opinion on it.
Well, once again, that's if it's bad, too, which I'm not sure that it's necessarily going to be at the beginning of March.
Yeah.
There are going to be thousands of people coming off this cruise ship there.
Yeah, and it won't be the only cruise.
A lot of them are doing, like we were talking about, though, are doing the excursions and shit. You know, they're going to go get humped by a dolphin or something.
I didn't see that one on there. You can do that.
Yeah, you can go swim with dolphins. Yeah. That's expensive, though.
Yeah, I did like what is it, the seals or something, or sea walrus. I did that in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, like the swimming with pigs. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing tried to attack me, and like the people had to jump in. I didn't know I was in trouble.
You got attacked by a walrus?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know what it is with me and animals. Like when I went to the zoo and the lion saw me, he freaked out, and then this walrus just he didn't like me.
That's not good.
That is the most wreck talk thing ever.
If animals don't trust you, that's not a good sign.
No, that's because they know who the alpha is, and they're coping.
They consider you to be a threat.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
That
right.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good lie. Yeah.
Sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah. But there is, I mean, the water is crystal clear there, so, go swimming and fuck going snorkeling. Just go to the gift shop and buy a little mask and snorkel for $10 and snorkel yourself.
Yeah, right.
Of course, there's no sharks in the Caribbean, so we should be fine.
Yeah, they don't like Caribbean water.
It's funny. We went snorkeling in Mexico on our honeymoon, and we had to take this boat out for like an hour to get to the reef. And this woman on the boat, she asked the guy, she goes, well, what about sharks? He goes, oh, no, man, there's no sharks in Mexico. And I'm like, what? Fucking liar. There's a shit ton of them. Yeah, the water is clear. Yeah. And there'll be, we won't be the only cruise ship there either. There'll be 3 or 4 other cruise ships from other cruise lines parked out there in the same spot. So that's a lot of people.
How many of us are going, of the slobs?
Like 30.
Well, if you add up the slobs and the people coming with them, wives and stuff, it's like 28, I think is what we came up with. 29, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as the people competing, it's probably a lot less than that. Maybe half of that. 10 to 12, maybe.
And that might help my odds. It's
Yeah.
not as many people to compete against.
Which is why we're
hard.
Which is why we're waiting to get on the ship before we do the draft, because we don't know who else competing. I don't know. Maybe Mrs. Peete might want to compete this year, even though she's a slob too. She's married to one, so.
I still haven't figured out a costume. I was thinking about just painting my whole body gold and being a gold fella with like a gold Speedo.
You mean like that jabroni that paints himself gold at the Florida State games, like that?
Yeah, they do that. They do this at every football game, but I would just have a Speedo on though, and that would be it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you're getting into Nate territory now.
Yeah, I want to run it by you though.
You're getting
by
it.
you guys. See if that'd be appropriate.
I think a Speedo on a cruise is appropriate. Yeah.
But I want it to be like glittery gold.
Yeah, shiny.
Yeah. Like you fucking know.
Like every square inch of your body, like even your toes and even your hair.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe my nipples like blue. Just to give it a little contrast, you don't want it to be all vanilla.
Well, I mean, I guess you can turn your nipples blue if you pinch them hard enough.
Would you do that?
No.
All right.
Jersky says he went on a Carnival cruise and it sucked. There was too many trashy people. Well,
we're not helping that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's us. So get right in.
Describe the slob experience.
Anytime you get 10,000 people together on a ship, there's bound to be some trashy people in the mix. Unless you go on one of those luxury cruise lines that none of us can afford.
Dude, some of them are. I don't know if you've seen these. They're like $20,000. Like you can go to Alaska and all around, like for like a month.
I'd rather be on a trashy cruise than a, highfalutin hoity-toity one.
Highfalutin hoity-toity.
Yeah.
I want to eat crab legs, not caviar.
Have you had caviar?
I have, yeah. I've tasted it. It wasn't terrible, but I also don't get the big deal about it. It wouldn't. I don't know.
Like $100 an ounce worth it.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet. It doesn't taste like you think it would taste by looking at it. Let's put it that way.
I figure it would just taste really fishy, but
Not really, no. Kind of sweet. I don't know if there's different types of caviar, or maybe some of them taste different than others. I have no idea. I just figured a fish egg is a fish egg. I don't really, does it matter what kind of...
Pete isn't a caviar aficionado?
No, he's not.
it's a shocker.
I'm about to say, of all the people I know, Pigskin Pete's about as highfalutin as it gets.
That's not true.
I think they have there's food packages that didn't seem worth it to me. They're like it's like $150 and you get steak or something. I don't know.
What? No, you don't pay for food. Why would you do that?
Well, there's upgrades you can do.
Oh yeah, there's upgrades you can do to the dinner. He's right.
Really?
I don't know exactly. Like, honestly, their whole setup as far as explaining shit sucks.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
doesn't really lay out like, well, what do I get for that? What exactly is that? It doesn't really say.
I don't know. I mean, the regular dinner menu, I mean, you can get a filet mignon and lobster tail. I mean, I don't really know what else you'd want. Like, what's the upgrade?
That's what I'm saying.
You can have dinner with the captain.
Yeah, because who wants to do that?
I do, dude. I want to. Do I get to go up and drive the ship?
No.
Put on a little captain's hat.
We go into Mexico now.
Oh, okay. So there's other restaurants on the boat that aren't included in the free dinner. Yeah, I'm not paying for food. That's part of the what I already paid for. I mean, to be fair, like the food that you can get 24 hours a day, like pizza and I don't know, hot dogs or hamburgers, whatever. It's not great. It really it isn't. And the breakfast buffet is okay. It's kind of like a Shoney's. You know what I mean? It's like eggs and bacon and biscuits or pancakes or whatever. But the dinners are good.
Does Shoney's exist anymore?
I don't think. I think the one here closed down during COVID and never reopened. So I don't know.
Because I haven't seen a Shoney's probably since I was a teenager.
So I guess you can go to a fancy restaurant on the boat and pay $300 for a dinner if you want. That's just stupid.
I don't know, dude. If I get a little hat and I get to wear, then I'm going to do that.
They do have like a show too, like a dinner show. Like they'll have like people come out and dance and shit, you know. Yeah. I don't know if that's every night or just one night. I can't remember. But I do remember that happening.
I like dancing.
Yeah, and the captain does come around to your table and talk to you.
What are you going to say to him?
Yeah, nothing. That's pointless.
You got to say something. He came all the way over there.
You're like, hey, man, thanks for getting us here without drowning us. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Well, I just misgendered again. Yeah, it might be a woman captain.
Yeah, it might
Could
be. How dare you for assuming?
Then we'd be in trouble, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a little bit worried if I get on this ship and we got a fucking DEI hire.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Trump did away with all that, so it's nothing to worry about.
No, there is no law about it. Like, that's something that annoys me with both fucking sides. Can we stop acting like just because the president says it's not federal fucking law?
Well, he didn't give a fuck about federal law. That's evidenced by everything he's done since he took in office.
Yeah, I mean, look at Barack Obama's entire tenure.
So whataboutism is your argument? What
No,
about these guys?
Hey, yes, throw them all in fucking jail. Like, I've been consistent. Stop with the fucking executive orders all around.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing is nothing he's done has been law. It's just EOs aren't law. But Biden did the same thing. He had thousands of EOs. They all do it.
Yeah, but power of the purse goes with Congress, so you can't just say, "Hey, we're just going to axe all this shit that's already been voted on in Congress and the money's been appropriated." I don't really.
Actually, no. Congress hasn't voted on a budget in like 30 years.
This money, these bills have money attached to them that's allocated to specific purposes. Is that not what bills are?
Yeah, but you're right. But that's been the problem. All the pork that they just throw all this shit into a bigger bill that nobody knows what they're.
Sure. And who tried to enact a line item veto?
But sure as shit wasn't Barack Obama.
It was Bill Clinton, and it was struck down by the Supreme Court. Why? Because the power of the purse goes with Congress, and if you gave the president a line item veto, you would essentially give him power of the purse.
Well, I don't think the president should have that power. I think what is much more reasonable is I don't think Congress should be legally allowed to pass a bill that's more than 10 pages.
So you're going with the Herman Cain thing? It needs to be on a cereal box?
Fuck yes. Like that is by far the biggest problem is, to your point, the whataboutism. You'll put forth a bill and call it something, some fucking spending package for the veterans, but there's, $3 billion in there going somewhere else. And then you want to club somebody over the head saying, well, you don't care about the veterans.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's happened time and time again. I'm 100% with you on that.
Yeah. And some of the stuff Trump's done since he's been in there is just totally stupid. This whole the whole Epstein file thing, there's nothing going to come. I told you that after the election, Slim, remember? So, nobody's going to get arrested. Nothing's going to happen. They got a bunch of YouTubers and TikTokers in the White House yesterday, gave them a binder full of already public information. Like, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Trump's going to release anything damning about himself?
No, and the Gulf of America thing is dumb too. The Canada, the 51st state, is dumb too. It's just all. I mean,
I'm absolutely on board with the Gulf of America and Canada.
What? Nobody recognizes it at the Gulf of America except for Donald Trump.
That's not true.
Who else does?
Actually, that is verifiably false.
Well, I mean, it's the Gulf of America according to like Google Maps and Apple Maps. Yeah,
That's right.
And Ron DeSantis.
Like on my phone, if I go on, like on my phone.
Oh yeah, Ron DeSantis has already changed it to Gulf of America.
If I go on Maps on my phone, then it says Gulf of America. So.
Let's be inclusive.
Google Maps changed it. According to Google, which is the biggest company by far in the world, it's Gulf of America.
Right,
but who gives a fuck? Call it Gulf of America, and we focus on something that matters.
Right, but only in the United States.
No, absolutely not, Rick.
In every other country, it says Gulf of Mexico. Yeah.
We should be inclusive. We should call it the Gulf of Cum, Canada, United States, and Mexico. CUM.
Okay.
I can get down with that. See, Pete's a problem solver.
Well, I mean, except Canada does not touch the Gulf. So.
I mean, Cuba. Did I say Canada? Cuba.
Yeah, there you go.
Only Vic recognized how dumb what Pete just said was.
Yeah, I meant Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we can just be, PC and all-inclusive about it and call it the Gulf of North America.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we could,
Canada doesn't feel left out.
Or we just call it the Gulf of Mexico because that's what it actually is.
It's the Golfo de Mexico.
I'm interested to know what Slim thinks about Trump now saying that Ukraine is to blame for being invaded.
That's dumb. It's Joe Biden's fault.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Trump said that if he had been in office, then Ukraine got invaded. So.
Well, I mean, that is a factually correct statement because he wouldn't have tried to add Ukraine to fucking NATO.
How is it factually correct if it's speculative?
Because he would not have tried to add Ukraine to NATO, which is what Joe Biden did. That's what prompted all of this.
Yeah. You know, it is possible that both countries are in the wrong here. I mean,
I've said that from the beginning. Like, this is a complete heel program. Like, this is 6 of one, half dozen the other as far as bad guy versus bad guy.
yeah. Because a lot of people are like, if you're not supportive of Ukraine financially and otherwise, then you're a Putin puppet or you're a Putin sympathizer. It's possible to acknowledge that both of those countries are extremely corrupt. So, which they are.
It's also possible to acknowledge the fact that the vast majority of the country of Ukraine speaks Russian, and at least half of the country considers themselves Russians.
Well, sure. That's why they've been having a civil war going on there for a while.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mess. It's what it is.
Like, I'm in favor. Like, America's never done this ever, I don't think. But, you know, I'm kind of in favor of you make an agreement, you fucking stick to it. And I think it was under Clinton. They agreed not to add any NATO members that bordered Russia. And what the fuck did Biden do 5 minutes after he took office?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is absolutely a fight that Joe Biden picked.
Well,
Joe Biden wasn't in control, according to you guys. It was Kamala Harris.
Well, no, because you can look at Joe Biden in 2019, and he was much more there. He was much more there mentally than he was in 2024. Like, that man went downhill quick.
He did. I do enjoy sometimes watching him, and they're like, "Are you mentally sharp?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sharp. I'm
Yeah.
Sharp as a rusty butter knife."
Man,
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Into that sense.
well, what do you guys think the end game is for that war? How do you think it's going to turn out?
War.
I think
owning Ukraine.
I don't think they'll own it all outright. I don't think they'll take it over. I think they'll probably end up getting what they want. They'll get that port, and that'll be it.
Right. They'll keep what they've already taken over. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Just keep what they already occupy. Yeah. That's probably how it ends. Yeah. Will we get those rare? Is the question? Will we get those rare earth minerals?
Well, Zelensky said we don't owe the United States anything. And then Trump said, well, Zelensky's coming to sign a rare earth mineral deal this week. Is that true?
Well, I'm not just saying this because I don't like the guy, but I don't really know what to believe with Trump.
Yeah,
he tends to change his mind.
Yeah, I don't know either, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he said he was going to end this day one, and then he was going to get peace in Israel day one. In fact, Joe Rogan asked him, like, with Ukraine, like, well, how are you going to do that? And his response was, I'll tell them to cut it out. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
That's his words.
I would tend to agree.
No.
Yeah, something I noticed about that when he was on that Joe Rogan podcast, like, that motherfucker takes you on a road trip to give you an answer.
Oh, yeah.
Trump?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's kind of hard to follow just generally.
Hey, man, at least he's not mumbling on stage like Biden. I mean,
No,
that zinger, he was absolutely correct. I'm not sure what Joe Biden said there.
Now, that was a great line for him. Like, I mean, he wiped the floor in that debate. There's no doubt about
I don't know what he just said, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't either.
Well, that's the other thing about Trump you have to give him credit for. Like, the dude, I hate to admit it, but he's a great shit talker. He is.
He's kind.
On a debate stage, I don't think there's a politician that can beat him.
He's kind of a comedian.
Yeah, he plays well to a room.
Yeah.
Which makes sense being a real estate guy. Which, in essence, is what he is.
Yeah.
Well, the knock on him is that, about half of the things he says, he doesn't even believe himself. But in my opinion, that's true of almost every politician.
It is. The difference with him is he's just a little more out front with the crazy shit he does. Like, he launched a crypto coin and immediately rugged it. And so all these fucking idiots that love him lost their ass on it. But he's president, so there's no one to prosecute him.
Yeah.
I don't think there's probably politicians that have been tangentially involved with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, they've been trying to remove him from office ever since he first stepped foot in 2016. Oh.
Yeah, if you're going to draw articles of impeachment, you better make sure you got the votes, and you need a lot of them. You need 2/3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Well, I mean, you can impeach somebody in as many times as you want. Yeah. I mean, they passed the articles of impeachment on Clinton, but he wasn't removed from office.
Yeah.
And they even had the evidence. They had him dead to rights on perjury for what is it? The House has got to charge him with high crimes and misdemeanors, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, he lied.
But they didn't do it.
The dress. She kept the dress that he splooged on.
Yeah, which to me, I was a kid at the time, but looking back on it, I don't care. Like that, I could care less if Bill Clinton had some fucking intern under the desk.
Yeah, me either. That's not what he was tried for. He's not the first one to take a blowjob in the Oval Office. I'm sure he wasn't.
No.
Everybody knows. It's famous. The other famous one would be Kennedy.
Oh, he was banging everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably having orgies on the fucking desk in the Oval Office.
The only difference between Kennedy and Clinton is, Kennedy was actually banging his wife too, and nobody wants to bang Hillary.
Yeah, goodness gracious, dude.
Yeah, she didn't even leave him.
She defended him fervently and pretty nasty went after some of these women too.
Well, yeah,
Which I find funny. The exact same line of attack that they've used, or at least one of them that they've used against Trump. There were rape allegations against Bill Clinton as well.
You know about the Paula Jones thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I can't sit here and take you seriously. I should believe it about Trump, but when it come to your husband, it was a complete 180.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think Pete should run.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Come on, dude. You can do it.
Now, unlike Trump, I would end the war immediately.
All right. What is your? All right. How do you end the war?
I'd take him out to dinner, Zelensky and Putin together. Order a bottle of Casamigos, an extra large bottle like Slim Shady brought to the Slav Olympics. I get the both of them shit faced, and by the end of it, they'd be friends.
Oh shit! What were we fighting about again? That was dumb. Who would be in your cabinet? And this is important. It's very important.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Well, Secretary of State would have to be somebody who's anti-war like me. So Slim, you're out on that. Sorry, buddy. Slim was the
I'm not pro-war, but I'm also.
But you just want to nuke Iran and everybody else, yeah. So China.
No, I'm pro dealing with the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no American nukes will be fired under my term. I wouldn't allow it. Unless we were attacked with nuclear, first. Then we'd have to retaliate. But
then you get slim.
yeah. I'm somewhat of an isolationist. So
nukes are not the first option. That would not be what I went to first. But also sometimes you just got to deal with the fucking problem. Like to me, that's been the biggest problem, and we've had this conversation since World War II. Like, this country has lost its balls to end a war.
yeah.
What do you mean? I mean, you act like there's a clear-cut end to these wars we've been involved with.
Their strategy in Vietnam was completely wrong. Their strategy in Vietnam was just kill as many people as you can and demoralize the enemy instead of actually, advancing, taking territory from the enemy, push onto their capital. Kind of like how every war's ever been won.
Yeah, but what is the win in Afghanistan?
The win in Afghanistan is shit. We won it fucking a month after we were there. Like that's a problem. Like when you're talking about radical Islam, like that's not a problem that's ever just going to disappear. That's every time it pops up, you're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. So Slim's of the opinion that we should just stay there forever.
America is not conquerors. I mean, if we were conquerors, we'd have Japan, we would have most of Europe, all that. But we're not conquerors.
Well, we wrote Japan's constitution after we nuked them.
Well, yeah. I mean, because
I saw this video
they were
on the
not going
internet.
to give up. They were going to send women and children out there to fight.
No, they were motherfuckers. There ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And again, they attacked us first.
Yeah.
Over oil.
Yeah.
And resources, because we weren't giving them any. That was dumb, too. Can we agree on that? That was pretty dumb.
That was pretty dumb. Well, if you want to, like, people, actually, we didn't have Oppenheimer until later, but, people, and Rick is definitely bad about this, bitching about the military-industrial complex. You can thank Japan for that, because our military pre-World War II was pretty shit.
Yeah, the cavalry were still on horses.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long ago was this conflict with Japan? 80 years?
I thought cavalry
41 to 45.
I thought
I added up.
is men on horses. So
that's still the reason we got to spend more than, what is it? 20 countries combined that are below us. I'm just saying at some point.
What I was saying is that was the start of it.
Lou's 100% right. He says winning the war is never the goal for the U.S. It's perpetual war is the goal because a lot of people are getting rich off of it. Defense contractors.
We didn't get rich in Vietnam.
That's very true.
They got rich in this war in Afghanistan, though.
Well, it's after Vietnam where we start doing this nation-building bullshit.
What, opium?
That means you agree on they need to fucking quit.
But that's exactly what we tried to do in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it failed.
No, that's when, like, you go in there, you deal with the fucking Taliban because they fucked around, so they have to find out. And like, I'm not saying keep a fucking war going forever, but what I am saying is give it a decade, we're going to be dealing with them again. Like, because you're fighting an idea there. You're not fighting Hitler, a bad person in charge. You're fighting an idea.
Yeah, you can't fight an idea.
They're so tribal in Afghanistan and all those Middle Eastern countries. That's all they are. And they fight against each other all the freaking time, whether we are there or not.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I don't know that they're all just tribal, though. I think there's a lot of people that are just trying to live their life. dodging.
Well, there are, but my point is, at some point, they're going to take their shot again, because there is a large contingent of them that just believe that we should die for being who we are. So, yeah, whenever I say you play whack-a-mole, whenever the motherfucker sticks their head out of the sand, you whack them back down. And
so again,
it's just the way of the world.
Well, that's the philosophy. Yeah, perpetual war. So we're always going to be at war with them. That's what you want.
Yeah. No, it's not a matter of what I want. It's just a matter of what it is. You got a better idea to deal with fundamentalist Islamists? Yeah,
I'm an isolationist.
Oh, so just wait for every 9/11 to happen. Okay, that's much better idea.
You also disagree with Trump. Trump said pull out. He didn't. Biden did, and then all the same people that were like, "Yeah, Trump was right with that," motherfuck Biden over it.
Well, Biden did it.
Listen, I'm all for the pullout.
How many billions of military equipment there at Bergam Air Force Base, which they are selling off at this moment, right into fuck now.
Right.
That was horrible. It was a horrible deployment of, and then 13 servicemen get killed, plus many others that were wounded badly. Lost a leg here, an eye there. I mean, that was a horrible, horrible withdrawal.
Listen, hang on a second. Because you don't because for one, you're not going to leave the area entirely. You can't.
Trump would have kept Bergam Air Force Base, which he wants back now.
And guess what? You can keep 500 people there, and that's it.
That's right. And you know who has it now? Who's it in the hands of? China.
What?
What's in the hands of China? What is?
Bergam Air Force Base is in the hands of China.
He's talking about Bagram Air Force Base.
I'm sorry. Bagram Air Force Base.
I thought it was in the hands of the Taliban.
Well, but China's so close that now they say they're controlling it. And, of course, China's going to say, hey, Taliban, whatever you need, we'll show you how to, fly these helicopters, all that. They're probably doing all the training on all the equipment they have. But they're selling the equipment to everybody.
Right.
Now.
Well, they don't crash.
Everybody.
Well, that equipment was for the Afghans to take over their own defense, but they didn't do that. So. Well,
that's not true either, Vic. We didn't leave Black Hawk helicopters for the Afghans to take over their own defense.
We were going to stay, as Slim just said earlier, we were going to keep about 500 troops there at Bagram Air Force Base instead of doing a complete withdrawal. And this withdrawal, I don't know who's, put it up there, General Milley or whoever the fuck, these generals who are incompetent fucking boobs, did a horrible job.
I just find it wild that Biden does what Trump said he would do and didn't. And somehow...
Hey, stop. Rick, you're better than that. Hang on, Scott. You're better than that, Rick. You're better than that, Rick. Biden went completely against the plan that Trump had laid out, and even the Taliban agreed to.
You're better than that. The plan that Trump had to make it seem better.
No, nobody's making up anything.
It's fine. When it's Biden, we love the goddamn Constitution, but when Trump shits on it, his first however many days it's been, it don't make a fuck.
But we have agreed in this conversation today, Rick. We have agreed on dumb shit that he has said and done.
But how is he shit on the Constitution?
So don't even play that.
It's illegal.
What's illegal?
You can't just cut all this funding to shit because you're the president.
Yes, you can. He's the executive branch, and he can do whatever the hell he wants to.
Talk about the Constitution.
Yes, he is the executive branch, and he can cut whatever the fuck he wants to. So there is no, he's not on the Constitution. Take a history lesson, Rick.
Hang on, no.
The president is the head of the federal government.
That's not how it works.
No, wait a minute, Scott. Rick's right. But the problem is, unfortunately, we are in a system at this point that you kind of have to play the game the Democrats have set up to undo the shit they've done.
Oh, so when Trump does it, it's still the Democrats' fault.
No, I don't.
All right.
No, it's not fucking wild because this shit didn't get out of hand until Barack fucking Obama, and you know it. Because what did Barack Obama get on national television and say, hang on, you want to sit here and bitch about Trump? Barack Obama got on national television and said, I don't need Congress. I have a phone and a pen. But you ain't got a fucking word to say about that.
Is Barack Obama in office right now?
No.
No, but he was making $26 million from Obamacare, and
unfortunately, that's the system we have set up, and I agree that I don't like it.
More to the deficit than any president in history. It ain't fucking
more
Barack Obama.
Once again, and I'm not in favor of adding to the deficit, no matter who it is.
Oh, look, there was the mortgage crisis that happened under Obama, and what did he do? Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Well,
and then there was unemployment. Unemployment rose to heights, and he did zero. Obama didn't do jack shit.
Well, actually, Obama did. Obama bailed out all the banks after Bush bailed out all the car companies, and I'm not in favor of either one of those things.
Right. Well, yeah, he did bail out the car company. You're right.
And to be fair, the whole mortgage crisis, it was a Democrat-controlled Congress, but George W. fucking Bush signed it.
Yeah.
Was the subprime mortgage program. That's what led to that.
Yes, you're right.
So, I mean, that's what, despite what Rex says, I try and be fair about it. I can point to what led to problems.
And the banks will do it all over again if we let them.
Yep.
Well, that's not a matter of the banks. The subprime mortgage program was the federal government telling the banks, give these people with bad credit fucking mortgages and we'll back it.
Yeah, well, Fannie Mae and all that, it was instituted. Yeah, I know.
Like, there's a reason that we make sure people have good credit to qualify for a fucking home loan, because it means a higher likelihood of you repaying that loan.
Right. Well, see, the mortgage issue had never been a problem until until your subprime loans finally got called in.
No. Until what happened? Massive deregulation in that market. Then the fraud went up. Then you had the mortgage crisis. Who is decimating all the government programs that point out and help people with these fraud problems that Elon and Trump have just cut? So it's going to get worse.
Wait
a minute. You want government programs?
What are you talking about?
Hang on. You want government programs to fix a problem that government fucking programs created?
You want
fucking blind leading the blind here.
Musk, who's the richest man in the world, to say, hey, we're going to cut all this shit that benefits me. I'm going to keep taking my corporate welfare and eliminate anything that could investigate me for fraud.
Do you think that Elon Musk is in it for his own ass? He's his net worth is $400 billion. You think he's trying to rob Granny of her damn Social Security check? Are you serious?
Not over a Social Security check, no.
But what do you think he's trying to rob anything of? I mean, I don't get it. Look, they're looking into where when you got people that are 200 years old on the social that have been collecting Social Security, there is something fucking wrong.
But you don't.
And nobody. And listen, Biden. If Kamala Harris had been president, it would have gone with the same old bloated bullshit. Our country can't sustain
bring it back
this
to the
debt anymore.
Don't hold the.
I mean, you do understand that, don't you, Rick?
You don't understand. So why, when you see an outlier like that, you don't just say, "Oh, there's 200-year-old people." You ask, "Why is that?" What it is it's an artifact of COBOL. Have you ever heard of COBOL? It's an old programming language that's still used in that database. So if you look at all the birth dates of these erroneous things, they're going to have the same birth date, which is the date that COBOL was created.
Well, who's collecting the
Just like
money?
in Excel,
I mean, it's millions of dollars going out the door every month.
No, but
yes,
I mean, okay,
yes,
okay.
it is. It's millions of dollars going out, and who's it going to?
It's not whataboutism when you're saying where the problem came from originally.
It's whataboutism every time I bring up an issue with Trump and we talk about Kamala Harris, Obama.
I haven't. No, I said where the. Once again, saying where the problem came from is not whataboutism.
No, it's absolutely not. No, it's not.
Once again, I did the same thing with and see
you tend to say straw man argument every time too. Right?
Hang on a second. I also said hang on, Brick. You decide to ignore when I brought up a specific example where the problem originated from fucking Bush. So it ain't a fucking. I don't give a fuck where the problem came from. I'm just saying where the problem came from.
Yeah, and I'm just saying right now the problem is Donald Trump. We can disagree about that.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, you're one of the minority, not majority, that believes that, because the majority of people like what Donald Trump is doing right now.
That's not true.
And they like what he's going to do
right now.
What's he done so horrible? Name me one thing he's done so horrible.
I can tell you for me personally, Scott. I can tell you for me personally. A lot of the work that I do is tied into grant money. And so now I've got to pivot and find
grant money. Okay.
Right. So all these people that live in rural areas where a power company or a fiber company like AT&T is never going to run fiber out, those people are just going to be fucked, and they're going to have shitty ass service for the rest of their lives unless they get grant money to help with that.
I don't see that. You know what? That's
you mean the grant money that AT&T got more than a decade ago and still haven't run those fucking lines?
Right,
I'm talking
exactly.
about those areas wouldn't have power today if it wasn't for that money.
No. Since I bought this house in 2013, AT&T has said that we are on the list to get that internet out here, because I had no choice when I moved in this house but to get satellite internet. And we are now in 2025, and AT&T still hasn't run fucking fiber lines out here.
And won't now. And won't.
But they weren't anyway. They ain't done it in 12 fucking years. They ain't going to do it now.
Why are we giving a grant to a privatized business? Listen, why are we giving a grant to a privatized business? Why is that needed?
All right, Rick, you've gotten to the point where you're money. See, you're to the point now. It's about, well, AT&T was fixing to do it, but now they can't for Trump. You're better than that. I've had enough discussions with you.
In the industry, Slim. Well, what the fuck would I know about it?
Well, once again, I've heard this song and dance at AT&T for more than a decade.
Yeah, they're not the only internet service provider.
You're right. And guess what, Rick? None of them are fucking out here. And guess what? I'm within 5 miles of the city limits.
Okay.
So it ain't like I'm way the fuck out there.
Hey, it's affected my job directly.
Okay, but the example you gave, they've been getting grant money to do for over a decade and still haven't done it.
Right.
Yeah, the country's a big place.
Yeah, you're right. It is, no doubt. But when there's an AT&T junction box within 5 miles of my house and they still ain't running shit out here, you're pocketing money, and it needs to stop.
Okay. I mean, all this money was passed through Congress with bills attached to them. You guys say that you're all for the Constitution, but you're not. When it's Trump and Elon, hey, they can do whatever they want with money. They can fire veterans.
They damn sure can.
On a whim. They can.
No, I've never once said that, Rick.
Well, I'm talking
never once,
Scott.
Well, look, at this point now, have they done some mistakes and they've corrected them? Absolutely, they have. But you know what? They're going through all the departments and seeing where the slush fund shit is. USAID was nothing but a huge slush fund. And you know why the Democrats are screaming? Because that was their money that was coming in. Like I just mentioned before, Obama was getting $26 million annually for Obamacare. What the fuck? Would he be getting money for Obamacare? Does that make any sense?
So you want less people in
Sounds like a big damn scam to me. And the Green New Deal? Oh, my God. I mean, let's not get started on that because how many electric charging stations? I'm not even worried about that. They made 5. They made 5 electric charging stations with billions of dollars.
What's the biggest
that money's gone
in the government right now?
What?
What's the biggest slush fund that the government has right now?
I have no idea. We'll find out pretty damn soon. I have zero idea.
The defense budget.
Well, the defense budget is being looked over too. They're going to cut shit in the defense budget as well. You don't think they'll do that? You don't think Trump will do that? Trump is not
proposing to increase it by $100 billion.
Well, look, that's what they're proposing.
Medicaid by $880 billion.
Well, Medicare and Medicaid, they definitely need to take care of, and Social Security too. And they will, but they are cutting every department. They're looking at every department.
Not the defense budget.
Oh, yes, they are. They will. Pete Hegseth is going to go through everything, and it's going. Yes, he is. They are going to cut it. They will cut the budget. You wait and see.
I don't necessarily.
I'm going to go off what they proposed, what they're proposing in Congress right now to do.
And me and you have had this conversation, Rick. I'm not necessarily in favor of them cutting the defense budget because the defense budget also includes what goes to the VA. I think they could be smarter about where that money goes.
Well, yeah.
Trump's cut the VA shit.
And the VA is one fucked up mess.
And I'm not in favor of every fucking thing he does, Rick.
Yeah, the VA is one fucked up mess, and that definitely needs to be looked at. Doesn't mean need to be cut, but it definitely needs to be looked at so that military veterans can get their health care.
But here's
when they have to wait weeks or months to go see a doctor, that's asinine and ridiculous.
I got you. My dad's a veteran. He doesn't use the VA. Like he would agree with you.
Yeah.
But they're cutting things that they don't even know. They don't even understand what they do. They fired a bunch of people that had to do with the nuclear program and had to beg them to come back.
Yes, but they corrected the mistake, though, Rick. They saw that and they corrected it. Okay, and they'll correct any other mistakes they do.
Motherfuck them to eternity for it.
What?
If that was Biden that did that, you'd say, "This is an incompetent fucking moron."
Well, he is an incompetent fucking moron. He was for 4 fucking years. He was the biggest boob we've ever had as a president.
Well, can we agree?
I mean, Jimmy Carter at least lived long enough to say, "Well, thank God I'm not the worst president of the United States. That asshole Biden is." Biden was horrible.
Can we agree?
Listen. I mean, seriously, do you really think Biden was a competent president for the past 4 years?
Not for all 4 years, no. I mean, he obviously had a major mental degrade, and there's a ton of things I don't agree with that Biden did, but it's because I'm further left than Biden.
Well, okay. I don't know how far left you could be because he was pretty damn left. Good Lord.
He's as moderate as a Democrat.
He was moderate for up to the point he went until he got elected. Then he went full left and progressive, all that.
Right.
I mean, DEI, transgenderism, blah, 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 on and on and on. Nothing to do with actually running our government, but it was all about how people felt for the day. Or, do you feel okay?
What? Okay.
He never asked me how I feel. I'm upset about it.
Yeah, Pete, how do you feel?
I don't.
Yeah, that blew up. I don't even know how we pivoted to this.
Well, I wanted to call and say, I miss Gene Hackman. That's what I was calling for.
That whole situation's weird too.
Yeah, that is really weird. And they're now saying it wasn't carbon monoxide poisoning. They don't know what the hell happened. His dog was locked up in a closet.
Yeah.
The dog starved to death.
Yeah, and there was a bottle of empty pills by his next to his wife's body. And there was another dog there too that didn't die.
Well, yeah, there were 2 dogs that didn't die. They got out.
Yeah.
But the door was ajar. The door was open. Nobody broke in. But I don't know. It's a real strange case.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, he was 95. I mean, God bless him.
Was he that old?
He was 95 years old. Man.
I knew he was in his 90s.
He was 95.
She was 60.
Damn. I mean, he was way up there. And well, he's just a hell of an actor. Just a great actor. I mean, the Hermit, the Blind Hermit and Young Frankenstein.
Well, I know originally they said it was no foul play, but now they're saying that it might be.
They're not sure.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like there's definitely something weird going on there. I don't know.
Test on their body and all that, and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, wouldn't they be able to test something to see if there was any sort of carbon monoxide leak or something? I mean, you think they said that they checked the house and they found no gas leak and no carbon monoxide leak so far, but they haven't ruled it out. They have not ruled it out.
Didn't I read that there was like an empty pill bottle or something?
Yeah, next to his wife's body.
Wife's pill bottle was pills were scattered.
Yeah, pills all over the floor.
She was.
That's what I heard. Is that my wife was looking at it last night, and what she found, they had said that he had passed away in his sleep. His wife had taken a bunch of pills, dropped the pill bottle on the floor, and the dog had gotten into it.
Well, they can do a toxicology report on the dog to see if that's true or not.
So they're saying that dog OD'd.
German Shepherd dog too, big doggy.
I didn't know dogs liked pills. That's a new.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
they do.
My dog goes after anything that ends up on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, usually sniffs it to figure out if it's food first, but.
Yeah.
Also, what kind of pills? What kind of pills were there?
Melatonin.
I don't know.
You know.
Gentlemen, I'll get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right. See you later, Scott.
Appreciate it, Scott.
I actually got to go too. I got to go pick up my kid from school. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be bad. Where were you, Dad? Midday show, son.
Whoops.
All right. Appreciate the spirited political debate, Slim. Talk to you later.
See you later, Rick.
Yes, sir.
VicTube, you have a show today.
Yep.
It's at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on the VicTube Productions YouTube channel.
Yep.
And you can find it by typing in VicTube Productions into the search bar on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any special plans for your show today?
No, I don't really have any plans. No.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that approach. All right. See you later. See you at 6:00, Vic.
Okay. Bye, Pete. Bye,
Later on.
Slim.
All right, Vic.
I can't wait to continue this political debate on the cruise ship.
Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting.
And we should do it right at the.
Once you get a few beers in.
Yeah. That ought to be good.
There's going to be something.
Yeah. Hey, but seriously, go on and go ahead and get your boarding time. I'd do that today if you can.
Yeah, since I know that's up and available to do.
It only takes like 5 minutes. It took me like 5 minutes to do it, so it's not hard.
No. I'm sure I can figure it. I never downloaded the app, but I got the website. So.
Well, the app's useless, so fucking just go to carnival.com. Sign in.
That'll work.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, that's going to do it for me as well, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. Another great show on the Midday Show. Well, if I don't see you guys this weekend, I'll be back on Monday to do it all over again. So have a great weekend.